Namaskaram. Namaskaram to all of you. I think the last 2 days we have gone through the beginning of Arjuna Vishada Yoga and also have seen Sankhya Yogam. I think 1 or 2 slokas we have seen, and plus the Bhakti Yoga also we have seen 1 sloka. And then we also have seen the last chapter, the Moksha Sannyasa Yoga, in which we know the question which is asked in the beginning of Bhagavad Gita, in which the Arjuna Vishada Yoga there are different ways of learning Bhagavad Gita, but then probably one of the best method is to get a taste of Bhagavad Gita in the beginning so that we know how to proceed further. So in that concept only we thought we will understand little bit of Bhagavad Gita, looking at different aspects, cover the first sloka and then last sloka, iterate it and get into the essence. But then we also seen some important sloka which explains the essence of Bhagavad Gita is there in chapter 6, that was also covered. So the slokas so far we have seen are quite few, but it gives a glimpses of Bhagavad Gita in some sense. That's what I believe. The first sloka, Dharma Kshetre Kurukshetre. You could chant
Dharmakshetre Kurukshetre Dharmakshetre Kurukshetre
Samavetayuyutsavaham
Samavetayuyutsavaham
Mamaka Pandavaschaiva
Mama Pandavaschaiva
Kim Kurvada Sanjaya.
Kim Kurvada Sanjaya.
We know the answer for this question by Dhritarashtra to Sanjaya, was answered by Sanjaya as the last sloka in Bhagavad Gita, the 18th chapter, 78th sloka. Yatra Yogeshwara Krishno
Yatra Yogeshwaro Krishno.
Not Yogeshwaro, Yogeshwara.
Yatra Yogeshwarat.
Yatra Yogeshwara Krishno.
Yatra Yogeshwara Krishno.
Yatra Partho Dhanurdharaham.
Yatra Partho Dhanurdharaha.
Tatra Srir Vijayo Bhudir.
Tatra Vijayo Bhudir.
Dhruva Nitir Madir Mamaham. This is what we have done on the first day, 8th Monday. Second day what we did was, we looked at the trouble of, there are too much of disturbance, keep it in mute. That could be better. We have seen Arjuna's pathetic state in the Arjuna Vishada Yoga. Continues in the second chapter, few slokas. Bhagavad Gita is a beautiful way of writing. The first chapter doesn't end with the first chapter. Few slokas in second chapter also contains the feelings of first chapter. Similarly, second chapter doesn't end with the second chapter. You can see in the third chapter, based on second chapter, Arjuna will ask a question. It continues until the last. So even if you look at third chapter, definitely you can start from third chapter. Because second chapter, some essence is told. It is like independent. Each leaf is independent. It has got its own taste. So here, the Arjuna Vishada Yoga, as explained by Sanjaya, is in the first chapter. Mostly Sanjaya is who is explaining. It's like the anchoring person talking about what is happening. But then Arjuna himself agrees that he is in confusion, he don't know what is to be done. The plot is explained by Sanjaya, but if you miss the plot also, nothing wrong. Because Sanjaya will tell you what happened to him. That is the essence of second chapter, or that is what triggers second chapter. That is what triggers Bhagavad Gita. Therefore, Arjuna is asking, demanding guidance. If you want to say, not surrendering Krishna alone, Arjuna is demanding, I want your guidance. Without that, I cannot move. So that sloka is 7th sloka in Sankhya Yogam, second chapter. Karpanya doshopa hatasvabhava Prichami tvam dharma sammudha chetam Yat sreya syanishchitam bruhi tanme Shishyasteham shathimam tvam prapannam. So I am surrendering to you, please guide me. What is the essence of Bhagavad Gita? It's actually lifting him from this bad state of conflict and confusion to a state where he will become peaceful. So what is that? That is what probably is the whole Bhagavad Gita is meant for. For each one of us, we have confusion between the buddhi and the manas. So lift the buddhi and manas to the Atma level. That is what in the 6th chapter. 6th chapter is the 5th sloka in the 6th chapter, right? Dhyana Yogam, or it is also called the Atma Samyamana Yogam. Dhyana Yogam, Adhyanam is Atma Samyamana. So probably when you chant this sloka, better to call that Dhyana Yogam as Atma Samyamana Yogam, in which Uddharet Atmanatmanam Na Atmanam Avasadhet Atmaiva Hyatmano Bandhu Atmaiva Ripuratmanaham. So from the normal level of confusions and panic, distress state of Arjuna, lifting him to the higher level is what is essential. So how does he start? He starts with the 11th sloka in 2nd chapter Sankhya Yogam. That is where the real Gita starts. That is Sri Bhagavan Uvacha
श्रीभगवानुवाच
अशोच्यानन्यशोचस्त्वं
अशोचानन्यशोचत्वं
प्रज्ञावादांश्च भाषसे
प्रज्ञावादांशसे
गदासु न गदासुंश्च नानुशोचन्ति पण्डिताः
नानुशोचन्ति पण्डिताः
So no learned person will have this shocyam. Don't be sad. Ashocya. That is where it starts. And we have seen 18th chapter, 66th sloka, where the last message from Bhagavan also end with Mashucha. Sarva dharman parityajya
धर्माणि परित्यज्य
मामेकं शरणं व्रज
मामेकं शरणं व्रज
अहं त्वा सर्वपापेभ्यो
सर्वपापेभ्यो
मोक्षयिष्यामि मा शुचाम्.
मोक्षयिष्यामि मा शुचा.
So don't be sad. Now how you cannot be sad? See, we are all sitting in air conditioned room, simply at home, have our sufficient lunch, enjoying the COVID situation. All that is wonderful. But Arjuna is facing war and Maharathas are in front. And that is the time when Bhagavan says, don't worry. Who will not be worried? That too, his own guru who taught him how to fight. His own grandfather. He knows. This is not after the few days of war. It is the beginning, the first day of the war. When Arjuna asked Krishna, get the Ratha in the center. Senayor Ubhayor Madhye. The center of the Sena, keep me there. I want to see who are all the people. And then that is the time when his Gandivam is falling, his lips are dried up, he is shivering, sweating. All the distress situation, like a psycho patient, is what is the status of Arjuna. And that is the time Krishna says, don't worry. Don't be unhappy. How is it possible? So, how Krishna is taking Arjuna from that state of condition to this state where he will be peaceful. That is what is being explained in the few chapters which are in Bhagavad Gita. Chapter number 2 to chapter number 18. So what is chapter number 2 says? The major essence of Bhagavad Gita in chapter number 2 can be seen in few slokas. So that is what we will see today. Right? I wish all of you chant this repeatedly so that it becomes so casual, so easy for all of you to understand. Now I am sure when you re-look at it, since the meaning is understood, it becomes more and more clear and crisp. I am muting Kritika. Don't unmute because it's making too much of disturbance. Right?
Okay, Guruji.
Again you unmuted. Once it is done, it's done. That's it. Some things have to be acknowledged, something need not be acknowledged. It is to be understood. Right? There is a difference between understanding and acknowledging. Keep quiet. Yeah, I will keep quiet. That is not required. Keep quiet is keep quiet. That's it. Yeah. So, one of the sloka, which many people like many slokas, but one of the main reason for not to be sad probably is second chapter, 23rd sloka. What is 23rd sloka? 22nd is also important. Yeah. Probably we can take it 22nd, 23rd. Few more are there. Maybe 13th sloka. When I look at each sloka, I feel that is important. That's my problem. Yeah. Let us look at 13th sloka.
It starts with vasanam jeernani.
Vasansi
21st sloka.
jirnani. That is one. But we will go from 13.
Okay.
Dehinosmin yatha dehe.
Dehinosmin yada dehe.
Dehinosmin yatha dehe.
Dehinosmin yata dehe.
Kaumaram yavvanam jara.
Kaumaram yauvanam jaram jara.
Yatha dehandara prapti.
Tata dehandara prapti.
Dhirastatra.
Dhirastatra.
Na muhyati.
Muhyati.
Dehinosmin yatha dehe.
Dehinosmin yata dehe.
How your body is covering the Atma. Dehi and Deha. Dehi is inside the body. Dehi is the life. Where is your Dehi? Inside Deha. Deha is body. Dehi is Atma, the prana, the consciousness, the jiva. So the life is inside the Deha, the body. It is embodied inside the body. Dehinosmin yatha dehe.
Dehinosmin yada dehe.
And what will happen to the Deham, for the prana, for the life? There is no change. It is one and the same. But the body has got different state. What is the different state of Deha? Kaumaram yavvanam jara.
Kaumaram yauvanam jara.
Tatha dehandara prapti.
Tata dehandara prapti.
And after jara, what will happen? It goes into different body. Deha andaram. It takes a different body and get that, achieves a different body. Tatha, as it goes, Kaumaram, Yavvanam, Jara is over. After that, it takes another body. And Dhirastratya, Dhirastatra, Dhira, Tatra. Tatra means whereupon. After that, Dhira, the wise people. Dhira means the courageous. Courageous people are wise people. The value people, the wisdom people who understand, who is Pandas, who knows, who understands the things in its real style. Dhira, Tatra, Na Mukhyati. You will not be depressed, you will not be sad, you will not feel upset.
Dhirastatra na muhyati.
Tatra dhira, Tatra dhira na mukhyati. Tatra dhira na mukhyati. That is how it should be understood. That dhiras, that buddhi people who has got some common sense, they will not have what? Paribramam. Paribramam is worry. I don't know what to be done. I am scared. That situation will not be there. Dehinosmin yatha dehe. Kaumaram yavvanam jara. Tatha dehandara prapti. Dhirastatra na mukhyati. Now, every sloka looks beautiful and good, but we cannot do every sloka. 16th sloka. 16, 1 6. Because we wanted to see the essence of the second chapter, because I told you that is the most important chapter in Bhagavad Gita. If somebody asks, if you want to finish Bhagavad Gita from one chapter, second chapter, that is good enough. So what is 16th sloka? Nasato vidyate bhavo
नासतो विद्यते भावो
na bhavo vidyate satha
न भावो विद्यते सदा
upayorapi
उभयोरपि
drishtwanda
दुष्टोन्त
drishto anda drishtonda.
दुष्टोन्त
A is that like fa, it is written, that is a. Drishto andaha. So ubhayorapi drishtonda
दुष्टोन्त दुष्टोन्त्वा
tvaneyostattvadarshibhihi nasato vidyate bhavo, which doesn't have a change. The sat, the atma, the consciousness, the jiva doesn't have different bhava. Different state is not there. There is only one state. Jiva is jiva only. When you are young or old, jiva is jiva. No difference. And that sadbhavam na bhavo vidyate sada. What is there which cannot be different? What is not there which cannot be destroyed? So what is there permanently without a change can never be destroyed. What you can destroy is what has got a change. If there is no change, you cannot even destroy it. So what is to be done? That essence, whichever is constant, that essence is what is to be seen. Who will see that essence? Only Tattvadarshis. Tattvadarshi is who knows the real Tattva. Tattva means the real essence, the truth. Not the fact. Many people know the fact. Fact is temporary. It keeps changing. Factual information can change, but truth is constant. So here, if a Tattvadarshi understands the truth, he understands there is no change in the essence, the life. Therefore, I don't have to worry. So all these are giving examples to Arjuna to tell him that you don't have to worry. That's what it is. Nasato vidyate bhavo
नासतो विद्यते भावो
na bhavo vidyate sata
न भावो विद्यते सदा
upayorapi drishtwanda
उभयोरपि दुष्टोन्त
tanayostattvadarshibhihi. Now, maybe one of the most famous sloka. One of the most famous sloka is also there in second chapter. That is to establish that nothing will happen to your prana. That is 22nd sloka. Vasamsi jirnani yatha vihaya
वासांसि यदा विहाय
navani grihnati naroparaani
नवानि गृहाणि
tatha sharirani vihaya jirna anyani samyati navani dehi vasamsi jirnani yatha vihaya. As
Vasansi jinani yatha
Yatha vihaya. As when the dress is dirty, we change and wear a new dress. Navani Grishnadi Naroparani. As we change our dress, when the dress becomes old, the dress becomes dirty, what we will do? The body, when it becomes jara, it becomes too old, unable to maintain, it need to be removed, and then you should get a new body. Because deham and dehi require a new body. So what will happen? It will remove the deham. Tatha sharirani vihaya jirnan anyani samyadi navani dehi. The dehi will opt for a new body when this body becomes jirnam, which becomes old, unable to maintain. Vasansi jirnani yatha vihaya.
Vasansi jinani yatha vihaya.
Navani Grishnati Naroparani.
Navani Grishnati Naroparani.
Tatha sharirani vihaya jirnani.
Tata sharirani vihaya jirnani.
Anyani samyadi navani dehi.
Anyani samyadi navani dehi.
And what is this dehi? This prana, this consciousness, this atma, which will never have any death because it doesn't have birth. It is only changing from one place to another place. In physics also we learned energy can neither be created nor be destroyed. Can be transferred from one form to another form. So there is no loss of energy. Energy only carry forwards. It shifts its places. So the next sloka again establishes it can never be destroyed. So 23rd, from second chapter, 23rd sloka. Sloka number 23. Nainam chindanti shastrani.
Nainam chindanti shastrani.
Nainam dahati pavakaham.
Nainam dahati pavakam.
Na chainam kledayanti apo.
Nainam kledayanti apo.
Na shoshayati marutaham.
Nasoshayati marutah.
Na shoshayati marutaham.
Nasoshayati marutah.
Nainam chindanti shastrani. Shastram. You take the most terrible weapon you can take and then cut. It can never destroy the Atma, the Prana, the consciousness. The Jiva cannot be destroyed by any Shastram. Nainam chindanti shastrani. Nainam dahati pavakaha. No fire can fire it. You take a fire and then start firing, only the body can fire. But the prana inside will escape immediately. So it can never be burned. It cannot be put in fire. Na chainam kledayantyapo. Apam is water. It can never be drenched in water, dissolved in water.
Na chainam kledayanti.
Yeah. Kledayantya apo. Na chainam kledayanti apo. Kledayanti. Kledayanti means drenching. You cannot dissolve it. Where? In apo. In water.
Kledayanti apo.
Yeah. So, na chainam kledayanti apo. But don't read it like that. It should be read together. Understanding the meaning, Kledayandi Apo. But while reading, Kledayandi Apo.
Chainam Kledayantyabo.
Na chainam Kledayandi Apo.
Chainam Kledayantyabo.
Na shoshayati Marutaha.
Soshayati Marutaha.
Maruti is wind. No wind can take it off. No wind can blow it off. Okay, somebody puts a wind and then your prana goes off. It can never happen. Right? So why do you worry? Nothing can destroy your prana. And what will happen? The body will go. Anyway, body will go after some time. How does it matter whether it goes today or after some time? So don't have to worry. These are the facts of life what Krishna is explaining. Let your closest person, let that be husband or wife or children or father or mother, the body and the Atma, the prana is together. We understand, oh, this is Dr. TPS. I love him so much. But as soon as my Atma goes away and the body is alone there, even if it is your closest person, you cannot sleep with them. You cannot go and touch them. You are scared. So you are scared of the body without the Jiva.
Atma.
Without the Atma or Jiva. And then, okay, now assume the body is gone and the Atma comes back to your house after death. After a few days, the Atma comes to your house. Definitely, I am sure you will call some priest and then tell somehow get rid of this fellow. Even if he is your father, mother or children, doesn't matter. You want to get rid of the Atma also. So what is important? Atma is important or body is important? Both are not important.
Combination of both existence is important.
Yeah. Now, what is this combination? Assume that I come as a guest in one of your house. And there my prana lives and the body is there. What will happen? You will say, this fellow came at the wrong time. You should not have come to my house. Okay, assume you close it in a room and then keep it. What will happen? Immediately all the cell will start degenerating. So what is this prana? The whole cell in our body needs to be pasted together. So it is like a Fevicol. What is prana? Prana is like a Fevicol which puts all the cells together. Okay. Now even if the body you cover it with a nice Fevicol or maybe embankment is done, but still it will start stinking. So what is prana? Prana is like a perfume, scent which is put inside so that it will not smell bad.
Sir, is it related to the Chaitanyam word?
Yeah, prana, chaitanya, jivatma, life force energy, aura, everything is one and the same. Right? So, there is importance for our prana, but as long as it stays together. And anyway, the body has a expiry date because it is manufactured. Even anything which is manufactured will have an expiry date. Now, the jiva is not either created, therefore it doesn't have an end also. What is created only can become expired. So there is no end for this. It cannot be destroyed, it cannot be flown, it cannot be blown, it cannot be fired, it cannot be dissolved, it cannot be smashed. Nothing will happen. So 23rd sloka is also important. There are many. Each sloka, when I look at it, I feel that is important. But we will pick up maybe one of the most famous. Everything is famous, right? Which is the most famous sloka is 2nd chapter 47th.
Sir, 27, sir?
47, 47. You want for 27? 27 is okay. They're all common slokas. But 47 is the most precious sloka of Bhagavad Gita.
कर्मण्येवाधिकारस्ते
Yeah.
मा फलेषु कदाचन
Everybody, whoever knows Bhagavad Gita, they will know this. But then
मा
this is
कर्मफलहेतुर्भवति
one of the most misinterpreted sloka also. Because it is famous, a very common politician on the road also will say this. Right? The most uneducated teachers and politicians will keep telling this. Every employee who works in an organization will keep telling this. Right? Why should I do my job? Because Bhagavad Gita says what? You have to do the job without expecting anything. Bhagavad Gita never told, Krishna never told this. That is misinterpreted. Okay? Because whatever you do every day is not considered as karma. I told you anything which is high profile, which is for a common cause, is only called as karma. When you do such karma, you don't know the benefit is going to be there or not, because it is somebody else's hand. Whatever you are doing for your purpose, the benefit will come to you. That is selfish. So it cannot be karma. When you study, you get good marks. You cannot say that the phalam will not be there. That is 100% there. So Bhagavan did not talk about your study and getting mark, doing job and getting salary. All that is permitted. So what is karma, as Bhagavan says? A normal cause which for your selfishness is not a karma. What is for generic purpose? So what is this? Karmanyevadhikaraste
कर्मण्येवाधिकारस्ते
ma phaleshu katajana.
मा फलेषु कदाचन
Ma karma phalaheturbhu.
मा कर्मफलहेतुर्भूः
Ma te sangostva karmani.
मा ते सङ्गोऽस्त्वकर्मणि
What does it mean here? Karmani eva te adhikaraha. You don't have the right for what you are doing. Phaleshu kadajana ma. Don't think about the fruits. That doesn't mean that when I eat, I should not think about my tummy getting filled. When I drink water, I should not feel that my thirst is getting satisfied. If all that is karma, 100%, right? When I scold somebody, should not I think that there is a benefit, otherwise I am wasting my time. The phalam is there for all that activity, but this is not what is karma. Karma means, assume that I am planting a banana tree. Okay? What is the phalam out of it? Ultimately, I must get a banana out of it, right?
Yes, sir.
Yes or no? Is
Yes.
there a guarantee
Yes,
that
yes,
I will
sir.
be alive until the banana tree grows up and then give fruits?
No.
So no guarantee for your benefit for you. You may not get it. That's what Bhagavan says. Because all this in the context of your life is not guaranteed. You will die any moment. That's what Bhagavan says. As a continuation in second chapter only, he said, you cannot expect the phalam out of it. So assume I am planting a tree. The fruit need not be... Okay. Now assume that I plant a coconut tree. Does it mean that until all the coconut grows, I will be alive? No. Second one, do I think that I will only eat coconut out of it? I will not give it to anybody. The whole phalam is for me. Will I be able to say that? No. Okay. Now, I can plant the tree. I can give a fencing. I can water it. Does it guarantee the plant will grow?
No.
No guarantee. Plant
no,
may
sir.
grow or may not grow. It all depends on the plant, but not you. I can teach somebody. I can tell the meaning to somebody. How do I know whether you understand it or not? That phalam cannot be guaranteed. I do my job. But then, phalam is not there sometime. Because you may not understand. Right? Understand the way I want you to understand, it may not happen. So the ultimate phalam is not in my hand. When I plant, I don't have the ultimate phalam which can be expected. That may happen, may not happen. But that doesn't mean I will not do job. I will do job. Why do I do job? Because assume that a small child is being taken care of by the mother. Am I bringing up the child thinking that the child will become big and then look after me? No. No guarantee. The child may run away with somebody else. Right? They may go somewhere else and then settle. You have no guarantee. They may not be there with you at all. But what is that we should do is what Bhagavan is going to tell in the next few chapters. When you are doing the job, you enjoy. Whether whatever lecture I am giving, whatever explanation which I am giving, whatever mathematics I am teaching, whatever English poetry I am teaching, whatever counseling I am giving, whether the benefit is or not, I don't care. I am enjoying doing it. I am planting a tree, I am enjoying planting. I am not expecting that tomorrow it will get a fruit and I can eat that time I will enjoy. That is not my benefit. When Bhargavi is taking care of the children, don't think that, when they grow up they will take, no. Taking care of children is your enjoyment today. Enjoy it. If you are not enjoying and expecting a benefit, then you will start accounting all the time which you have spent. I spend all my time for my student, my child, and no return came. And you will become upset at the old age. But if you think that I enjoyed teaching, whether somebody comes back to me or not, I don't care. Because I got my benefit then and there. So, the phalam of the activity, whatever I am doing, should come at the time of doing that job. That is more important. Otherwise, all your effort will become waste. Okay. The problem with the person who is hearing the dog barking, they are anyway hearing it. So they don't know that others are hearing it. So when you mute, it doesn't come. Okay. So that is why I muted. But still kept on unmuting and then disturbing. Right? Yeah, I will know this more when I am editing it later. Now I don't care because I am seeing the person. And I am involved in this. So I am enjoying. But later when I am editing, it becomes a big disturbance. I have to cut those portions specifically. So it takes more time. So what does it say? My activity, when I am doing, I must enjoy. Don't worry about it. So Arjuna, you enjoy fighting. Don't think that after, because Arjuna already said, I don't think about Vijayam, Sri, all that what you are saying I don't want. Yeah, Arjuna, you are a fighter. Don't worry about what will come later. Are you enjoying fighting? A fighter's job is to enjoy fighting. A teacher's job is enjoy teaching. You understood? A eater's job is to enjoy eating. Don't worry about after that my stomach pain will come. That you don't worry. Take it later. Understood? While sleeping, think about sleeping. That's it. Just sleep. Don't worry about anything else. Now, if you don't, what will happen? Now also you will suffer. Later also you will suffer. Anyway, you will suffer later. You understood? So, what every moment need to be enjoyed. Live in the present. That is what Bhagavan says here. Present is a present. Present also means gift. Present is a present given by Bhagavan to you. Don't worry about the future or scared about the future and start worrying about what happened earlier. So, Bhudam Bhavi is not what is required. You must think about now. So, which sloka is that? 47th sloka. What does the sloka say? Karmanyevadhikaraste ma phaleshu katajana ma karma phalahe turbhu mate sangostva karmani. Don't attach it for any help being done to anybody. I did help. Don't expect. That is not true also. Assume that somebody comes starving and I ordered a plate of meals or purchased a plate of meals and give it. What will happen to that? That giving itself is my job is over. But immediately after that fellow throws it. What should I do? Don't say this Bhagavad Gita and then don't leave him without scolding. You do it. You understood? Because it is not Bhagavan who did not get the benefit or given the benefit or not given the benefit. These reasons, who will do what, he will explain based on the basic character of people later. He will, that is where second chapter is only a gist. Actual explanation of all these will come in subsequent chapters. You have got Rakshasika Svabhavam, Sattvika Svabhavam, Tamasika Svabhavam, to whom to help, whom not to help. All that is explained. When you should have, it is better to have Rakshasika Svabhavam if your job is Rakshasika. You cannot tell that you are a police and if the sub-inspector says beat him, I will not beat. Because that is Rajasika. You cannot be a soldier and then post it in the border and then say I will not fire that fellow because it is Rajasika. No. So in the karma, there are different variety of karmas. Your dharma is based on the karma which you are into. So what is right and wrong depends on where, when, why, how, in front of whom you are doing. An advocate is supposed to tell lies. Assume somebody comes and tells me that I killed a fellow. A, you are my advocate, you must save me. Now immediately I cannot call a police and arrest him. That I should not tell. Then there is no point in putting a board there, advocate. Once I put a board advocate, when somebody comes with a mistake done, committing a crime, let that be the worst crime. If I am an advocate, my professional dharma is to take care of him, to support him and charge him as much as I can.
Yes.
You understood? That's a professional dharma. Don't mix that with my human values, wisdom, all that. No. I am a Sattvic Purusha, therefore I will not do this. If you are a Sattvic Purusha, why did you become an advocate? You cannot tell I am a surgeon but I will not cut anybody's body. No, I will not cut body because cutting body is very harmful. It will give pain to somebody else. No, that is not. Then why should I become a surgeon?
Yes.
Okay, now you become an advocate or you become a surgeon, but then when you get angry, don't cut somebody. Just because I'm an advocate, I can lie in the court. I should not lie coming back home. I do all mistakes in some place and then come back home and then start lying to whomever is possible. No, to escape from my mistakes. No, that should not be done. So, where, when, why, how, what, for what purpose defines karma as good or bad. All these Bhagavad Gita will explain later. So, when karma says, it is very, very important to understand what is karma. Definition of karma. Without knowing this, now you know why did I say that every politician, everybody tells karma nevadhigaraste ma bhalushu kadajana na karma phalahe durbhu made sangosto karmani. So don't worry, don't expect any salary. No, that is not correct. Okay, so this is one of the most famous, I don't say it's important, most famous slokas. People misused it at different places. Okay, and then probably one of the biggest question. Now having told all this, now Arjuna wanted to ask, okay, now you told me like this, I should not be worried. I wanted to be a yogi. What is the status of a yogi? Sthita Prajna. What is Sthita Prajna? I will not get too much excited. I will not become too much sad. All that controlled mind. So Arjuna is asking, now I know it is not that possible to me to do it, that later he says, but here again he says, yeah, if I am not able to do that, now what should I do? How do I speak like a, now you are speaking like a great person. How do I speak like a great person? That's why generally personality development, immediately they will say communication skill. How to speak like a great personality. Inside there may be worry, but don't worry. You keep telling, don't worry, don't worry. And then give a lecture, finished. How do you become a person who speaks like a Sthitaprajna? That's what Arjuna asks. Sloka number 54. Arjuna uvacha. Sthitaprajnasya ka bhasha.
स्थितप्रज्ञस्य का भाषा
Samadhistasya keshavam.
का भाषा
Samadhistasya keshavam. Sthidhadi kim prabhasheta. Kimasita vrajeta kim. How do walk like a gentleman, speak like a gentleman, dress like a gentleman, stay like a gentleman, look like a gentleman, though I am not a gentleman. Right? So here Arjuna is asking, I don't know whether I can become, because earlier he says, Krishna says you have to be like a yogi. All that is being told. You don't have to explain all that. This question is there, you know, priorly Krishna told all this. That is understood. Right? Now, how to behave like a person? There is something called feeling like, behaving like, showing like, and being. Being is very difficult, but showing is easier. You are not beautiful, but go to a beautician, that's what many people do. Give some money, they will make you beautiful. But once you take a bath, finished, get back to the original position. Correct? So, Arjuna is asking, now you told these qualities are required. Now, how do I frame myself? What is that he wants? Kim asita. How to stay. Asita means stay. Kim vrajeta. How do I move? Kim asita vrajeta kim. How to stay, how to walk. Then, sthidati kim prabhasheta. Like a sthitaprajna, how do I speak? Sthitaprajnasya ka bhasha. Then, samadhistasya keshava. I want to behave like samadhistasya. A person who stays in samadhi. Sthitaprajna. Meditation. You know, many people use the word meditation, teaching meditation. This is what actually Krishna is or Arjuna is asking. Now many people, I am attending meditation class, I am learning yoga to make me fit so that I will become courageous, I will become beautiful, I will become so and so, so and so. Many people advertise. And every buffalo goes for this business to the half knowledgeable fellows. Ask them to read this sloka at least. Which is sloka? 2nd chapter, 54th sloka. Yeah. Because straight away samadhi. There are 8 steps. You don't take all the steps. Take a lift and it put you on the 8th step. Some people will put you on the 3rd step. Yogasana. Yogasana is useless. It's like every monkey can do it. Yogasana is useless if you don't get into yama and niyama. Yama, niyama, asana, pranayama. Pranayama alone is useless. Hadayoga Pradipika says, pranayamena yuktena sarvaroga samaraha ayukta abhyasa yogena sarvaroga samudbhavaha. If you do wrongly, every disease will come to you. Many people are sick because there are half masters with the chain business, they teach and make money. There are a lot of people who will teach you how to breathe in one nose, another nose 1 week, another nose 1 week. I don't know, God has given 2 nostrils to breathe inside normally. But then some Swamiji says, one nose 1,000 rupees, another nose 1,000 rupees, 3,000 rupees, I will teach you how to breathe. And 60-year-old fellow will go and learn breathing from there. So far he has not or she has not taken birth properly. Definitely they will become sick. There are a lot of marginalized programs, you know. Then you join 3 people, give me 30% of it and I will submit another 30%, and he can become big mention there in the Bangalore, big headquarters, and lot of disciples, most of them are ladies. Very good, great Swamiji. And another Swamiji will speak a lot of blah 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 without even one sloka in his lectures, because he never read this. He never read any Bhagavad Gita. He only heard this from some English speakers. Beautiful English. That's good enough. And we listen to that and say, oh wow, great. And somebody will send a forward also to me, saying that no, listen from him. I said, I have seen him at many places. These people have seen me long back, 20, 30 years back also, before they started this business. They become rich. Unfortunately, I did not become rich because I never sold this. I was not selling this, that's it. If I sell it, I could have got money. You understood? So, don't go behind famous people who start selling this. Because marketing is possible, because what are they doing? Like here, Sthita Pratna Seka Bhasha. How to speak like a Sthita Pratna. How to stay like a Sthita Pratna. Yeah, learning from me, you may not be able to make it as a business. If I make it as a business, many people will do it. Right? That's what the people do. So here, Sthita Pratnasya Ga Bhasha Samadhistasya Keshava Sthidadi Kim Prabhasheta Kimasita Vracheta Kim. So understand very, very carefully. And what is that? Bhagavan gives answer. One sloka is there, skip it. Next sloka we can take. 56th sloka. Bhagavan says, who is a Sthita Pratna? Not pretending that you are like this. Dukkheshu anudhiknamana Sukheshu vikataspruha Vita raga bhaya krodha Sthitadir muniruchyate. That is what is meditation. That is what is samadhi. What is that samadhistasya lakshanam? What is the lakshanam of samadhi? You will not have dukkham, sukham is not correct. You will have sukham, you will have dukkham, you will have emotion, you will have feeling, you will have to cry, you will have to laugh. Otherwise you are a vegetable. All that is required. Don't say that no, I will not have desire, I will not take tea, I will not take meat. All that is useless. That is all not what Bhagavan says. Dukkheshu anudhiknamana. Don't exaggerate your dukkham. Don't exaggerate dukkham. Don't exaggerate sukham also. Anudhiknamana. Don't totally become turbulent. Dukkheshu anudhiknamana sukheshu vikataspruha Vita raga bhaya krodha. Ragam bhayam krodham. All that can be there. But how it should be? Controlled. Not too much. When I am happy, don't keep jumping. That is, children will do that. Don't behave like small children. Got it? It will mature. That maturity is there. That's good enough. Maturity should be there for both. Understood? Sometimes you need to have that maturity. So that, yeah, fine. I remember when my mother died, I told my guru, my mother died. He said, now you became an elderly person. So far you are a son. See what a great way of looking at your own life. You cannot cry because now you are not a small child. You are a small child when mother is alive. Because you have a mother. Now you don't have a mother. Therefore who are you? You became a gentleman. Got it? That has got lot of inner meaning. The telling that needs lot of courage. Understanding that needs more courage. That is what is satsang. That is what is essential. Dukkheshu anudhiknamana.
Dukkheshu anudhiknamana.
Sukheshu vikataspruha.
Sukheshu vikataspruha.
Vida raga bhaya krodha.
Vita raga bhaya krodha.
Sthitadir muniruchyate. That ability is for the Muni. And that person who has called can be called as a Muni. And that person has got Sthita Pratnavastha. He is in Samadhi. Later Bhagavan will tell Samadhistasya Lakshanam. Who is a samadhi person? That's why I said it, second chapter is the essence. This, only this part, 54 to 56, that is being explained in the next 3 chapters, 5, 6, 7 and all that will come. Right? It's a beautiful way of looking at it. Right? Now there are few more. I thought third chapter I'll take only 1 or 2 slokas, but I am not able to. When I look at it, I kept on marking different places, so it keeps me. Okay, so how to get into that with beautiful satsang is also being explained. How do you become to dhyanam? Because bhakti is also part of it. This is what the second chapter. Maybe we can take 1 or 2 slokas as Bhagavan does it, when we move on to third or fourth. Maybe next two days we will be able to give some introduction on Bhagavad Gita. Then we will see how to continue based on the interest and the time which permits it. Okay. So, namaskaram to all of you. I am
Yes, sir.
editing,
Namaskaram.
sending small
Namaskaram,
slokas. Send it to as many people as you can. It is not that it is not available. If you look at Bhagavad Gita, there may be a lack of explanations given by many people. But listening like this is entirely different. Listening from someone. Now, whatever I have recorded, put it onto YouTube. When you listen to that, probably what I am editing, only what chanting is there, and then today I posted to many people. When you listen to that, it looks again a revision for you. Do that to some more people, so that maybe some more people will get benefited. They will get exposed.
Sure.
Right?
Sure. Pranamam, sir.
Okay, sir.
Namaskaram.
Pranam, sir.
Namaskaram.
Namaskaram.
So Sandhya Chennai is doing a good job. Otherwise, I don't even remember which are the slokas which I am picking up. From the book, I just pick up few. Right? Glad. Thank you.
Thank you, sir.
Sometime you require good documentation, which, I keep doing it, but talking it
Thank you,
goes.
sir. Thank you so much, sir.
Thank you.
Thank you,
Namaskaram.
sir.